While campaigning at Scott's Corner the other day, I asked the people there what I should do if I were to be elected mayor. One recurrent theme, with which everyone agreed and many people suggested, was that I should synchronize the streetlights. This idea makes sense to me, especially for the main arterial streets. Now, I do not believe that they should be perfectly synchronized, but rather that we should have a delay roughly equivalent to that of how long it takes traffic to move between intersections, to enable a steady and continuous flow of traffic and avoid that start and stop problem. I'm sure there are plenty of other reforms that could be enacted to better serve the traffic needs of our city, and I must confess to not being an expert in this area. Indeed, as your mayor, I would be woefully inadequate in terms of knowing what to do here. This is why my eventual goal for our city would be to privatize the roads and have individual companies, the ones who own the roads, in charge of making the decisions for the lights and the roads, and having the whole thing paid for not by the taxpayer but by the consumers of the road service. Entrepreneurs seeking to maximize their profit would make rational and intelligent decisions, or they would go bankrupt and somebody else would buy up the roads and do a better job. Now, I realize that this would be a very difficult thing to accomplish, and I would need both the loyal support of council and the support, of course, of the people of London. This is not something I would do or could do in my first term. It's something I would want to do. I mean, if I could get council to agree, maybe, yeah, I would try for it, but I'm certain I couldn't, and I'm certain the people of London will not trust me yet during my first term enough to do something like this, to support something like this. Sorry, I've got a spyware thing here. Support something like this. But this is something that I would aim to do maybe 3 or 4 terms in if I were to be, re-elected. But this is the eventual best long-term solution for the problems of roads and lights on the roads. And so I would work to synchronize lights with a delay, first with a couple pilot projects to make sure that it's worthwhile to achieve and there's no major problems with the plan, because you can plan and plan and plan, but until you actually try it out in practice, you don't know what can happen. And then I would put this plan in place along major arterial routes, assuming the pilot project went well. Thank you for listening.